Hey guys, so today Shorty and I are going to do the Geelong Cats review. It was Geelong up against the Gold Coast Suns, and it was us home by 120 points. As far as I'm aware, it is the first 100-point victory of the season.
Sounds about right. I can't think of another one.
There's been too many thrashings, mate. So it's been good. We went there last night, matey. Went with the fan band. We all fan band primarily, so that was a very nice atmosphere there and great performance. Fantastic result.
Yeah, it was resembled witches' hats at times, did the Gold Coast Suns.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we did play pretty well. We were clinical at times, weren't we?
Yep.
Very efficient going forward, and once we got it forward, we were able to just lock it in our half for extended periods of time, and they really did lack quality players across the ground to sort of through the midfield. There wasn't enough, and coming out of defence, blokes like Marcheski and Kolajasny didn't have their best days, and some of their prime moves, McKenzie went down early, and it was one of the more dominant performances I've seen. Like, it was just overwhelming for the Suns, and they threw the towel in the second half. There's no doubt about that.
He's put it in the book.
No, they showed no fight at all. No fight at all. I mean, we can sit here and talk about the Cats for a fair bit, which I'm sure you'll probably touch on, but I mean, I felt we just did enough to do like what we had to do against a side like that. I mean, they were injury ravaged. We hit some pretty good form at times, but certainly almost felt like we were never truly threatened. I mean, it wasn't as though I felt as though we just played one of the best games of all time. We were certainly just better than average for sure, but they were deplorable in the second half in particular, and at times we almost toyed with them.
Got that, Suns.
Our defence just were all over them. We did as we pleased in attack. I would love to see the marks inside 50 stat. Would have had so many.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see.
So many. But, really good for us. Great percentage boost, because that could be very valuable come season's end. And in the past, or at least the last little few years, we haven't really put sides to the absolute sword like that.
No,
which we often sit there in the crowd going, just pummel this side. Percentage is crucial in the modern day, given how close the end of season ladder can be.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah, that's mainly what I took out of it. I was very wrapped with how we played, but certainly from an overall point of view, the story out of the match was, just steps backwards for Gold Coast. Excuses were they had a few injuries, but they're so much better than what they produced.
Yeah, injuries. Well, as you said, mate, they threw it away, threw in the towel. That's more of a mental thing, which is a culture thing.
Yeah, I think Rodney would have had some hard words for him after the match behind closed doors. Yeah.
Hopefully got the words out. All right, mate.
So,
good journo call there.
Yeah, no, I'll pass it over to you to dissect a few of the finer details.
Cool, mate. So, awesome display. Four-quarter performance, you'd have to argue, say about 3.5. But, yeah, you could certainly mount a case for 4, but just we were really good over the course of the game and beat them in every stat. 22 clearances plus for us and 62 inside 50s. We out-tackled them, which says something when you're getting smashed. I mean, you should be out-tackling the opposition in that case because you're second to the ball. The ball movement was very good at times, not great at other times where you sort of think, what on earth are you doing? But particularly later in the game, I felt we were very smooth going forward, and certainly we were able to hit up some really good targets, and there was just resemblance of the old Geelong, if you like.
The old Geelong.
I do like to reference the old Geelong, and who doesn't?
Yeah.
Where they just move it from back 50 to the forward 50 and then drill targets. We've been able to do probably 75% of that, but the last 25, that last kick inside 50 has been a trouble for us at times. But I felt we were able to better rectify the fluency between midfield and attack. So
yeah, no, absolutely.
Got that happening. The pressure was amazing from our point of view. Obviously, out-tackled them, that says a lot. But whenever they got the ball, they were under pressure from start to finish, essentially.
Yeah.
A little bit of free movement early on, but I felt, largely we were just all over them as soon as they got the pill. So there's direct pressure and there's perceived pressure, even when we're not applying pressure. So
yes, we certainly created that.
And highlighted by Ablett, kicking it high, long and high a lot. Didn't really take the game on, so he's in a bit of trouble too with his calf. So poor Gaz, we like to see the Stars at their best, but not quite happening for him at the moment personally. Defence again was fantastic. 7 goals kicked on us, and we're seemingly the best defence in the competition. Our percentage points say that, 174 at the moment, which is
unbelievable, really.
Yeah, didn't expect it, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take it any day of the week. And I love talking about Tommy Lynch, mate. The man I've discovered. He's kicked 4 bags of 4 and 5s, I think, every week. And he kicked 2 early on. I thought, gee, he could be in for a bag, but how good's that? Tom Mulligan looked a bit shaky early, but the midfield and our forward line put it beyond doubt, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. He was done no favours by his midfield, and that's probably credit to the pressure up the ground as much as the back 6.
Absolutely, mate. Midfield did very nicely. So those are some of the few key points out of the game.
Very nice, very nice.
The votes were very tough this week, though.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So many options. I think another positive on that note was just how many good performances there were to really choose from. And normally there's a clear best on ground or a clear 5 or something. I struggled to even think of who was actually best on. I mean, it was really tough because, it's just a lot of blokes put their hand up. So
very measured performance and consistent.
I gave 3 to Joel Selwood in the end. I just thought he was back to some of his real best form. He's sort of been building to it, had some pretty good performances in the lead up, but I just thought he was back to his real nuggety best, winning clearances and contested footy and just using it better than perhaps he has in past weeks and hitting the scoreboard. And again, I could have given him 1. He could have missed out as well because there are a lot of candidates. I gave Hawkins 2 votes. I know walking into the game, we felt he could have had a huge influence on the match given the Suns lacking in defence a fair bit, and he certainly did. I think he said he had 24 touches, a ton of marks, and he ended up with 4, did he, I think? Gave a fair few off, and even, I know he had 1 directly in front, and they called advantage, so he could have easily had 5 or 6, but he's quite a team-orientated sort of fella, so...
Yeah, he'll never kick 1,000 goals.
No, and I gave 1 vote to, of course, Paddy Dangerfield. You could have even argued that he was more worthy than just the 1 vote, but he had 30 touches, hit the scoreboard as he always does. I think he had 2 goals, and probably played slightly more forward up the ground. Certainly once we had the game really in control, they almost worked others into the midfield because there was an opportunity to do so. But they were my votes, and I could have snuck in Caddy there. I liked his game. Duncan was really good. Motlop was great. Guthrie impressive. The back 6, Bartel was great. Henderson I really liked.
Yeah.
Reels off the tongue.
Taylor was fantastic as well.
So stack of options there, which is good.
Nice problem to have, mate.
Yeah, we'll take sure that. Is, mate. Yeah. Your votes?
I've gone with 3 for Paddy Dangerfield. 30 touches, 6 marks, 5 tackles, 2 goals. Well, the stats speak for itself. He's an absolute bull. He's an absolute machine.
Yeah.
Just knows how to get on the scoreboard. I love it when he has a shot from outside 50 because he nails it more often than not, and I think he should just keep going for it, to be honest.
He's a beautiful kick on the run.
Absolutely. So keep going there, Paddy. Just monster around the contest. Just delivers the ball pretty nicely. Has been a critic of his, but I reckon he's slowly correcting it, and I don't think he'll ever be perfect, let's be honest. Fantastic game from him. 2 votes to Tommy Hawkins, 24 touches, 11 marks, 5 tackles, 4 goals. He could have kicked 8, missed a couple potentially easy ones, and passed off plenty. And he's probably most disposals he's ever gotten. Certainly made the most of a undermanned Gold Coast backline, and fantastic team man up forward, leading from the front.
Yeah.
Loved his game.
Yeah, certainly.
1 vote to Stephen Motlop, 26 touches, 6 marks, 3 goals. I'm only going to say Daniel again. I don't know what's my obsession with Daniel Motlop, but he was back to some of his better form. Really just running and carrying the ball through the lines, getting on the scoreboard, especially early on when we sort of needed someone to step up, and that's why he's certainly sneaked in for a vote. It's all good kicking 3 goals, but it's when you kick them.
Yeah.
And it was in the heat of the moment when we needed someone, and he was kicking straight. So I really liked his game. His ball use is corrected, much like Paddy's and Joel's, as you said. So maybe indicative of Gold Coast's pressure, or maybe indicative of us naturally improving. Who knows?
Yeah, we criticised him early in the season, so it's good to see him playing the footy we know he can.
Definitely, mate. We like to see Motlop at his best, and we know he can do that each week. So that's it. chopping block time, and then comments will be kind of tough today.
Yeah, it's hard to top too many guys. I mean, there's a couple that looked a little underdone. I suppose Nathan Vardy.
Yeah, it was
Came back pretty quick, I felt, for senior.
Probably too quick, I think, yeah.
So there was obviously a couple of late changes. Reece Stanley was supposedly sick, and Mackie had the dreaded general soreness, so he would have just been kicking back, watching the game. And, of course, that opened the door for Lang, who was fairly impressive, and then Vardy, of course. But, yeah, he never quite got involved, did he? I mean, he took the odd decent mark, and he just looked a step behind it.
He did, yeah.
It's tough enough for anyone to come back after a while with limited match fitness, let alone a big bloke like that. So he'll be better for the run, but he was far from what we know he can produce. So whether they persist with him, I don't know. You'd probably think Stanley'd work his way back into the game. And, of course, Jed Bewes got his opportunity too, and he was sort of fighting for that sort of position. Of course, Mackie was laid out, and Ruggles was, what they call it, managed. So intriguing there. They were obviously just trying to find that different mix, give guys an opportunity as well. Because we do, you talk about back sixes, we've probably got 9 guys you could argue the point could roll through there at times. And
it's not bad.
Really roll up to most backlines in the comp. But we've got a wealth of depth there. But he offers you very, very little offensively. So you really got to watch him individually and see how he's going on his opponent. And obviously being in the game, you can't do that. But he's just probably forever going to be on the bit of a fringe player because he is purely shut down. So Ruggles would certainly mount a case to return, and Mackie likewise. So
it's a good problem to have
can't
again.
Fit them all in there. Yeah, exactly. So I guess of those 3 players, Bewes is certainly the most one-dimensional. So he has to be. Yeah, it's not a great thing, but if he's playing his one dimension really well, then he gets a pick. But he's got to be playing his game as good as he can to hold a spot. Doesn't offer you much else other than the Jed Bewes blueprint. That's all he's got.
That would kind of suck when you're doing your absolute hard out, but someone can probably rock up 80% and do 10 times more. So
and offer different things where he really is stock standard. Lockdown, pressure,
nuggety small defender
in there. So but happy days really for the Cats. The injuries are starting to forgive us as well. We're not really copping too many of those. McCarthy, of course. Yeah, exactly. McCarthy went up early and you're a bit concerned, but he came back, which was good.
Yep.
So,
cool.
All good at Cattery land.
It's nice to hear, mate. I was just thinking, not in the big killer mode. Worst case, Tears comes back.
Yeah, did you hear Scotty after the game where he's like, we're very cautious with Lincoln. Probably too cautious.
I didn't even say, but it's something Scotty would definitely say.
Yeah, says it as if he has no control over it. You're the coach, Chris.
You can do whatever you want, mate. Also the Docs, but we'll move on to next week. West Coast at Simmons Stadium, the 2:10 game on the Saturday afternoon. Looking forward to this one, matey, and you won't be because you won't be there.
Nah, it'll be a great contest, and I look forward to listening to it on the old radio, but of course I have local footy commitments, and
you do.
Won't be watching it live, which, I'm spewing about a bit, but you got to do what you got to
do. Is your career taking over your life?
It is what it is, mate.
You avoiding the question?
Nah, mate, you know the answer.
It's alright. Okay. What do you reckon?
About what, the game?
Yeah, any tip? What do you think will happen, kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, the form we're in, it's hard to tip against us. Maybe West Coast will come out and beat the Pies by 120 points as we speak, and then you might mount an equal case for them. But Geelong at home, I mean, when we're a decent side, it's really hard to tip against us at home.
It is.
And West Coast, they're a great outfit, of course, but it's more so about what we're producing at the moment that gives you confidence, and you don't really fear anyone coming down the highway, let alone all the way from WA. So
it's a long way.
Yeah, you obviously pay them respect and know you'll get a good contest, and they're an extremely good clearance side with a dominant ruckman, quality stoppage players, and a pretty dangerous forward line. So it's a recipe to look out for, but our backline's in great form. Look at all the players who are up and running, full confidence for us. So it could be a really good match. And, of course, being at Simmons just gives you that little bit of sort of a surety that should get the job done. Obviously, if it's at their home ground, you're saying the exact same thing with them, and we'd be tipping them.
Oh, nicely summed up.
Thanks, mate.
you would be saying that.
What do you think, though, mate?
Yeah, pretty similar, mate. We're in pretty good form at the moment. You can't argue that. I don't think too much of what West Coast does to Collingwood means much for us. I mean, we'll do what we'll do next week, and I think it's tough to say margin really. I'd say around the 3-4 goal margin, but I think the last time the Eagles were at Simmons, we got them by a lot. It was about 70-something points, and they kicked 4 goals in the first quarter, and then they kicked 3 or 4 points the rest of the game. So
I don't know why I don't remember that, but there you go. Can't even remember.
It might have been 2014 or 13, but we took them to the cleaners, mate.
Yeah, nice.
It was very good, and they don't travel away very well against top 8 sides. That stats come up, which should be similar for a few sides. Interstate teams, they're 1-8 away from home, I think, something like that, over the last couple of years. So they struggle going away. I mean, it's a big challenge for them, and we're very hard to beat at home. So
absolutely,
not last year, but this year.
This year certainly.
It's going all right.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Well, that's our review on the Cats and the Gold Coast Suns, with Geelong getting home by 120 points. Pretty nice win for us. So, don't forget to share it around to your mates. Subscribe as well, it'd be fantastic. And darijoe does Geelong Gold video highlights each week. I keep forgetting to give him a plug. But his video will be in the link in the description anyway. So get onto that, guys. Thanks for hanging around, and we'll see you guys all next time.